What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to Alien Army. Stand up, raise up, hit a like button, and drop a comment. If you don't know what Alien Army is, there's people that rock with me tough. Very easy to do. Just subscribe, always hit the like button, and always drop a comment. I understand that when you like a video, you may not have a question or comment or something like that. So it's really easy just to drop a comment if you get stuck on what to put. An alien emoji, a thumbs up, flame, a wave, saying hi. If you got a question or comment or statement, I respond to 99.9% of my comments. So that's one of the cool reasons you should rock with a small channel. Even if I get big, I'll still I already have a system down. It wouldn't matter if I had 100,000 subscribers. I can still answer all of you guys, because if you're gonna take the way I look at it is, if you're gonna take the time to write something, I'm gonna take the time to read it and respond. You know what I'm saying? Gonna jump straight into this video. I guess real quick too, it actually helps a little bit better if I throw this out in the beginning, because not everybody watches my video all the way through. A lot of people do, but just in case, if you do want to bless me or show me love, my Cash App's the same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. Let's see here. I think that's if you don't know, I am homeless. I do live in my car. I have a bunch of videos. I think I got over 100. That's including shorts. Over 70 long form content of how I became homeless, why I quit truck driving, all sorts of different videos about subjects, vlogs, and all that. So if you like this content, subscribe and check out my other stuff as well. Jumping straight into this this video. It says, homeless, life is harder when you give up. So man, it was like a little bit of a tongue twister. Then I'm coughing and it's really, really hot, and I turn my air off when I'm doing a video because it's just too loud when the wind's blowing. But homeless, life is harder when you give up. And I mean, that couldn't be, that's the absolute truth. So I'm going to be talking about it from my perspective, and I'm going to be, well, of course it's my perspective because I'm the one who's doing this video, but I'm going to give some examples. I'm going to talk about some stories and dive right into it. Life is harder when you give up, and that's the God honest truth. I've gotten asked a few times, what is my motivation of being positive and not using substances and not drinking? How do I stay positive? How do I not let the negativity get to me and stuff? And my answer has always been, I want to find peace on earth, and I also want peace afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important for me to get that. Do I have it now? No. But am I aiming for it? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to give up, and I haven't given up. And if somebody did give up, if they were to end things early, I gotta use the YouTube parameters. If somebody was to end things early, they don't have a chance. They felt hopeless at that point. They literally don't see a way out, or they don't think that anybody cares, or they in my opinion, they literally give up on themselves. They don't want to be here anymore. They don't want to even think that they have a chance to even make it, or whatever the circumstances are, right? The circumstances, it's different for everybody, because something that happens to you might not bother one person, but could really bother another person. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten comments, people thinking it's weird that when somebody's talking to me, I want them to look at me. Like, look me in my eyes when you're talking to me. You know what I'm saying? There's been several times when somebody's, like, they turn their back and they start talking, and or they pick up a phone, they start looking at the phone, and I'm in my most polite way, I tell them, hey, when you're talking to me, do you mind not looking at your phone? Especially if it's out to dinner or I'm at somebody's house. I understand if somebody's washing the dishes and stuff like that, and they're just talking casual. I understand that, but it's very important, especially when you first meet somebody, in my opinion, that a handshake still means something. When you talk to somebody, you look directly in their eyes. When they tell you what your name is, you call them their name. You know what I'm saying? But people that growing up, I saw a lot of people ended early, and unfortunately it was mostly adults, and I was young when I saw that happen. I mean, my life was bad, and it was really hard. And if I'm not going to go into detail on it here, but I have other videos on here that's very easy for you to look up. One is called, I think, Toxic Dad. Another one is it's got the word childhood in it. So I mean, those videos don't get pushed out because I went into detail, and because of that, so like it'll show it'll show me a red mark or a red $sign. That means that don't ever upload it. And then they'll show me a yellow one. The yellow one's on iffy side, and that just means it's not going to be pushed out, but it's still okay content. It's just it's, and those are the videos that anytime I bring up that stuff, which kind of sucks. So I have to work through the parameters, if you understand what I'm saying. But I remember thinking as a child, like, if it's this bad for me now, when I'm older, I'm an adult, it's going to be worse. I mean, it must be so worse that that's why they're doing this. You know, and you know, you watch movies and you watch TV shows, and let's say, for example, somebody got kicked out of high school in a movie, or kicked out of a high school, you know, in a TV show or something like that, and their whole family comes together and they're like, you know, man, why did you make that choice, and blah blah blah, and it's very dramatic, right? And when I've seen people's parents do this, you know, like hear about it like the very moment it happened. My next door neighbor's friend's mom did it. My friend's dad did it right down the street. There's been unfortunately quite a few. Those are the ones that pop in my head immediately. But when that happened, there was no like devastation where like the whole neighborhood came together, or like families came together and like, you know, hey, well, you know, let's talk about prevention here. Let's talk about, you know, like that kind of stuff goes on in movies, or I guess in different communities. It didn't go on in my community at all. It was like business as usual, you know. It was my friend's, well, the kid next door really wasn't my friend. The one down the street, there was two brothers and a sister. The sister was actually friends with my sister, and then the two brothers, I was friends with them. And when that would happen, that one was their father in their garage. The next door neighbor one was her inside. It was her inside of her bedroom. And when that happened, those kids and me were not allowed to play in that garage or go into it. And then I just remember being, you know, very respectful and not saying anything about what had happened. You know, like, you don't ask those kids, you know, like when it happened, you don't ask them, you know, are you, you know, like, you didn't even ask, are you okay? You know, to tell you the truth. You knew that they weren't okay, and you didn't bring it up out of respect. I was also a kid, so I didn't understand what to do. Like, and as an adult now, if that actually happened, you know, if they needed somebody to talk to, they could talk to me. You know what I mean? And I would definitely, if they didn't already know that, I would let them know. Back then, it wasn't like that at all. And of course, to all the adults, their reactions, you know, how kids always watch, you know, they're very perceptive. When you know, the other parents act like they didn't give a shit. They could care less. It wasn't even worth talking about. Or maybe I misunderstood it. Maybe they didn't talk about it because they didn't know how to deal with it either. But a lot of them, you know, like if that did come out, you know, they would say something like, you know, I'm better off doing exactly what so and so did. You know, and I just remember being a kid thinking, you know, that one, it was a very normal thing. Number two, I've always believed as a child, you do that, you don't go to you don't go to someplace good afterwards. You probably go to someplace that's worse than what you were feeling here. That's one of my motivations, and that's one of the motivations of me finding peace in this lifetime and afterwards. Is you know, I don't want to go. this world and everything is hard enough. I don't want to go to a place where it's you know, hot and I'm burning, or I don't want a place that's worse than this. Okay, you know what I mean? There's a lot of good things here, but I would love to go to a place where there is no worries. There is not, you know, there's only happiness. You know what I mean? So that would, in my opinion, that's the ultimate way to you know, to give up, and I don't recommend it. And if anybody ever has those kind of feelings or urges, whether you have that or not, it's very important to find a support system. One, people are not going to fight. You know, this is what I learned when I was a kid as well. People won't fight for you if you're not willing to fight for yourself. You know, that kid's mom, he used to get picked on a lot, and I remember telling him, like, you know, hey, this would all end if you just stood up for yourself, if you took the ass whooping, you know. And he'd be like, you know, they're jumping me. There's 2 or 3 of them, and the kid couldn't fight at all. I'm like, you know, you think I'm not getting jumped out here? I go, but I'll be damned if you know, inside my house is so bad. I want to go outside. I want to play sports. I'm not going to walk the long way home. I mean, I'm not going to walk the short way home. I'm not going to let people know that you know, I don't like it. I'm gonna you know, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm not going to give up. You know, and I became all friends with a lot of them that all that crap happened. He was totally different. He was you know, he came off you know, scared and weak, and unfortunately it was like a predator type thing, and you couldn't be really friends with somebody who's not willing to fight for themselves. Like, you know, in hindsight, I would love to make sure that it didn't happen to people, You know, there are rules. Like if I saw somebody doing something to a woman or a kid or anything like that, it doesn't matter. You know, they don't need to fight for themselves if they're around me. I would help them out no matter what, you know, because I know what it feels like, you know. And on top of that, I have very high respect for women and children. Especially children, because I was a child and nobody, you know, like damn near nobody ever jumped in or helped me out or anything like that. But getting back to the subject at hand, you know, people aren't going to help you unless you're trying to help yourself. That's motivation. Finding a support system is very, very important. If you don't, and I guess that's where I was getting to, like if people have stuff going on, you know, my subscribers are the people that watch my video. I know I can be your support system. I can talk to you in the comments. I actually do have a TikTok. I think you could send messages on that. I don't post my content over there. My content doesn't do very well over there. You know what I mean? So I only post my stuff here on YouTube. But if somebody wanted to send me a message, or you could hit my Cash App, or you know, if you wanted me to give you a call, whatever, hit the Cash App. I think you got to send at least $1 or something like that. But I'm not charging people to call me. You can hit me up on TikTok, and you know, I don't mind being a part of your support system, talking to you, whatever. In fact, my support system is a lot on YouTube. The people that are watching this is the one thing, and I've said it several times in my video, in my videos, excuse me, is that I did not expect you know, the overwhelming support and people rocking with me, and I rock with the people just as hard as they rock with me. I'll give you a perfect example. My very first month on YouTube, there was a dude named Jared, and he did his shorts, and he did a mention on me, and he literally was like, you know, hey, this person's homeless, he lives in his car, go show him some support, watch his content. You know, he's really good at you know, talking and you know, having a humble point of view, and he had a mentions, and I didn't, mentions is when you put at whatever the name is, so at AlienAscend. He did that, and it popped up on my notifications, and I didn't even know that somebody could do something like that. You know, this is my first month of actually posting content on YouTube, even though I've been watching YouTube since like 2006, 2007, when it when it first started. I went ahead and I watched his videos. I subscribed to him. He still goes live. When he goes live, I pop in there, say hi, hey bro, how you doing? You know, somebody that was rocking with me, I rock with them the same way. So I guess that's my point on that. I don't know why I moved my folder here, or my notepad, I mean. But I know that Tony Robinson, and he was like a motivational speaker. I believe he still does it. I know years and years ago, like over 20 years ago, he did an interview, and somebody asked him, you know, what is the point of life? And he said he could sum it up in one word, and that's progress. That resonated with me a whole lot, because you know, that's how I am. You know, that's how you don't give up on yourself. You know, every day I wake up and I tell myself, how am I going to make today better than I did yesterday? And you know, when I have a bad day, or I have a bad, you know, bad moods happen to all of us, I try to put on good music and listen to that. I try to get myself in a different frame of mind. I really get quiet when I'm really mad and pissed off. You know, I'm not impervious to stuff. You know, things do get under my skin. I mean, you know, I'm human, even though I'm an alien. You know what I'm saying? Which is really funny. Just let you know, if this is first time watching my video, my nickname is Alien. Everybody calls that me in real life. I've been called that my whole life. So, you know, let's see here. I'm gonna, yeah, giving up on yourself is giving up on. That's what I was getting to. How many people wake up, like, I don't have any kids, but how many people wake up and say, I'm going to be the best father today, I'm going to be the best mother today, I'm going to be, you know, I understand not wanting to do that, you know, if it's a boring 9-to-5 job where it doesn't matter how hard you work, because you're not going to make any more money. That's the whole thing about progress, right? You know, and I have a different standpoint on that. If somebody's only going to pay you the bare minimum, why, you know, and you're not going to progress, you know, just do what they paid for and not do anything extra. If there is ways to build extra, then, and you can progress, and that is a goal that you want, then of course do that. You know, you can progress by you know what, getting the skills that you need for that particular job, and then doing something, you know, moving up the ladder, or finding a different job that's willing to appreciate you more. Or working less and making the same amount of money so that you have time for your wife or your kids or your family, you know. I know that there's like 3 big subject groups, you know, that you know, it's trying to balance life, which is like work, physical health, and then of course family and friends. And if you try to divide that in 3 sections, 33.3% on each one, balancing all that. But unfortunately, this is why you don't give up on yourself. It is extremely hard, that I've seen with my own eyes, for people to not, like, instead of getting all blackout drunk or wasted pants or whatever on the weekends, because your whole week has been very hard and very difficult and very stressful. If you were able to go ahead and not give up on yourself and not do those things on a weekend, you could have more time with family and friends. You could have more time losing weight or getting in better shape. You could have time, and this is not just for you guys, this is for me as well. Me talking about this, yeah, I should be going on walks longer. I should be trying to lose some weight, and I am doing that. But I believe that I can definitely apply myself better, and I'm going to, you know what I mean. And that's what that's not giving up on yourself, saying, I'm just okay with drinking on the weekends and once on a Wednesday, and then Sunday is my hangover day, like I see so many people do. And I do DoorDash. You got to see a lot of people doing alcohol orders on the weekends and on Wednesday, and you know what I'm saying. And Sunday is not quite as much, but people nurse that hangover with drinking just a little bit more. And I don't quite understand it, because I don't drink, and I don't use anything. But life is so life could be so difficult and so stressed for those people that they do that, just and if you could just get over that hump. If you could just get over that hump, or limit it a little bit, you would, don't give up on yourself by doing that stuff. And unfortunately, most things, start off okay and they get worse. So, instead of, drinking on a Friday, I've seen people start drinking a Friday and Saturday, then a Sunday, then a Wednesday. I've seen people start off that way, and then it be an all day, everyday thing. Then suddenly, excuse me, I take a drink. Seeing people start off that way, using stuff as well. It's not ever where it's just you just start and then you're blam. I mean, that stuff's in the harder case of things, if I had to imagine, or if I had to guess, But little things like that, suddenly you start missing a lot of work. Suddenly you lose your job because you're not performing like you once were. I've seen people stop eating food and only drinking. And there's one person in particular that in years, the only thing I ever saw her do, ingest, other than booze and stuff, was her drinking Diet Coke. And then like within 4 years, and this is somebody that I had saw all the time, was a slice of cheese. And I was like, I didn't think that you ever ate. And I don't remember quite, I don't want to put any words in anybody's mouth. I don't quite remember the response, but during the day, it was Diet Coke all day. She worked, and then after work, it was literally just drinking. She always got blacked out, messed up. And one thing people don't understand with that is just that your tolerance gets really, really high really quick with that stuff. But then on top of it, after quite some time, your tolerance is gone, because you've probably taken layers of the liver and the processing and all that crap, where I mean, within 2 or 3 drinks, she was falling all over the place. She used to do an 18 to 24 pack or something, and then now it's hardly anything just knocks her on her ass. I've seen that tons of times. Other stuff with homeless life is harder when you give up. One of the notes I put on here is people giving up on you, or people giving up on you, or not even giving you a chance. I did that video. My last video was talking about how I had diarrhea and stuff, and how I spent 4 hours walking around, a little shopping center, and my whole idea, my whole thought process is that if I walked up to somebody, and I had no money, I don't even think I had money for gas at that point, to tell you the truth. Walking up to them and saying, can you spare some change, or do you have $1, or hey, I'm in a financial bind, I'm looking for this. I thought in my head that by doing that, it's a real quick, easy way for someone to say no, and then it also comes off extremely like begging. So my whole strategy was having conversations with people and letting them know that I was going through something and that I just needed somebody to talk to, and if they were nice enough to offer, then I would accept their offering. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not quite asking them for something, but I'm hoping that they would, and at the very least, if they just heard me out, maybe I feel better. And nobody even give me a chance. You know, nobody give me a chance. You know, those are and being kind, and you know, being kind doesn't cost you anything. Being nice and having manners doesn't cost you anything. You know, you got to look at everybody like, you know, that could be your mom, that could be your brother, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's daughter, that could be somebody's nephew, or that could be somebody's niece. That person is, you know, that person's going through something, and if you had nobody, wouldn't you want somebody, even if it's a stranger, to talk to you? So I mean, that's what's really hurtful about stuff. And maybe it happens to me more than other people. I know that if it, and this is, you know, I'm not going to be biased, if a woman was walking and asking people, I just need somebody to talk to, everybody would have stopped. You know, I've seen it. You know, women panhandlers do better, and maybe because, and they do have it harder out here. You know, in some aspects, but then they also have, you know, it's not fair. Like, it's not fair field. However, I'm not here pointing fingers and saying, you know, it's not fair and blah blah blah. Maybe, you know, like, just because I had that experience, a woman probably wouldn't. You know, or different guys. Maybe the ones that really look bad, that are walking around with a crap bag or in a wheelchair, or they're unable to walk. Another thing too is I'm very appreciative for every little thing that I have. Appreciated, you know, the vehicle that I have, and you know, I'm appreciated that you know, I have food stamps where I can buy some food, even though it's 99.9% is canned food. I appreciate it for the friends and family I have, and you know, I wish that people, you know, I wish that my support system, and I'm very, very appreciative towards my support system on YouTube. Very appreciated that, you know, of course, I think it's human nature that people would like more. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know, some people are just lucky, man. Let me tell you, I mean, I have some luck, but then I don't have the kind of luck that I see most people. And then again, maybe I'm just more honest about it, and they come off easier that way. Like, maybe they didn't have very good luck, but, you know, most people aren't going to post their bad day on YouTube. You know, I'm gonna post my bad day, my good day. I'm gonna post anything and everything. There's no, you know, I'm gonna be that transparent, because that's the kind of content that I want to watch. If somebody's always happy in a good mood, and they're not talking about, and they're homeless, there's some people on here, like, they love that car life and stuff. I wonder in my head, like, would you love that car life when you don't have any, you know, like, you're struggling to put gas in your car? Would you love that car life if you didn't have like a financial banker? Would you love that car life if you weren't getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, and you were making good YouTube money? Like, I'm a YouTube partner. All my videos thus far, I think I'm at $54 is what I made. You can't even cash out till you at least make your first 100. And I think moving forward from that, you have to always at least have $100 made. That's you know, over 70 videos, and that's $54. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even got paid on that. Would I love car life? Would homelessness be great for me if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was, you know, making at least a couple $1,000s a month from it, you know what I'm saying? But I'll get there though. You know, that's me not giving up on myself. I'm very happy that those people, and some of those people just blow up off of one video, or at least it appears that way. And you know, that's one of my big issues. Is I think everybody has that issue. Sometimes I compare myself to other people, and I do that. You know, one of the ways I do it is like I'm talking about. You know, their video just goes viral instantly. How come one of my videos haven't? But then I also do it as a way to humble myself. At least I don't have to walk 5 miles to get some water and carry it on my head. At least I can go into a store and buy food, and I don't have to hunt for something in the wild. At least, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful not only for the stuff I have, but I'm thankful about, you know, that my situations could be worse than they're not. And that, unfortunately, you know, a small part of that is I look at, you know, like, you know, I wish that I could get this, and I think that's not too bad of a thing, as long as it doesn't turn negative. It could actually make it where you don't give up on yourself, and you have a goal set, and that's the way I try to approach it. I think I made the video long enough. You know, I want to thank everybody for rocking with me. If you watch this far, please in the comment section put Titan, so I can see who actually watched my video this far. TITAN. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and I want to thank you so much.